It's been a long time since we've heard from Vertical Horizon. Why has the gap between the new album and Go been the longest in the band's career? For the past 4 years, I've been, basically I like to think of it as I've been going to graduate school for songwriting. I've been working with all kinds of different artists all around the country and just trying to get better at what I do. I've been producing other artists and just kind of voraciously pursuing the craft of music making. And yeah, it took a little while. It's okay. Can you describe the musical evolution that's occurred for you and for the band as a whole between Go and Burning the Days? I think that this record is, well, it certainly was made in a pretty stress-free environment, whereas Go was made very much in a bit of a pressure cooker. Change was afoot at our old record label, and it was pretty apparent that things were going to be moving around, and you know, that brings out a certain kind of energy. And this record was made at my house, you know, in my studio, with nobody breathing down our necks, and it was a pleasure. So I think that that's probably the biggest change or difference. And I think that as a result we've been able to sort of evolve, and we've been able to try and figure out what's really important to us in music and in record making, and trying to write songs that we connect with at a deeper level. I know, you know, that's all these songs were songs that just started for me because I had to write them. It wasn't about, you know, singles or radio or anything. It was nothing but I want to write a song about this. You started out releasing your early recordings on your own label, and now you've come full circle by starting your own label for the new album. How much of that has to do with the changing nature of the music industry, and how does it affect what you do? Well, yeah, it affects what we do a great deal because we have total control over it, and you know, that's how we started, so it feels a bit like coming home. I'm not one to slag the major label system sort of, you know, wholesale. I think there can be things about it that are terrific, but there also are things about it that can be challenging and maybe not the best for the artist, and we've experienced both sides of that. So for us, I think it feels a lot more like coming home to how we started this band, a real grassroots way. And you know, certainly there's a lot of touring to do. There's a lot of you know, spreading the word yet to come, but that's all right. That's something that we've always done, and it doesn't scare us. I feel great about it. I love that we have our own label. You've got Neil Peart playing and co-writing on the album. How did that come about? Are you a Rush fan? Am I a Rush fan? Rush is probably my favorite band ever. Bottom line is, I met Neil through a mutual friend, and I went over to his house to take some pictures of one of his cars that he was selling, and we sort of struck up a conversation and got along really well together in that moment. And then, you know, over the course of about a year and a half or 2 years, we started to become friendly. You know, he's become one of my closest friends on the planet. I love him. Absolutely love him. He's such a kind soul, and such a stunningly talented human being, and I'm really proud that he's my friend. And we were hanging out. He had invited me over to his home for dinner one night. He's a great cook, and if you can, go to neilpeart.net and check out Bubba's Bar and Grill. He does this really cool thing about cooking over there. It's pretty sweet. And he showed me a poem that he had written to start one of his books, and I just was sort of checking it out, and I made a suggestion, and I think he liked the suggestion that I made, and it sort of, out of that, I think we both realized that we might be able to work creatively together and not just be friends, because there is a big difference.